Hey traders, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, we're talking about day trading. More specifically, we're talking about a gap trading bonanza that happened today. The earnings season that we're currently in has gotten off to a relatively slow start. However, it did pick up today. We had a ton of trades. We had a ton of winners. So you're going to want to pay attention to this video. I'm going to go through each and every one of the trades in detail. But first, let's go over what my version of gap trading really is. I teach two methods of gap trading in my course. The first one are the morning gap trades. That's where stocks that are gapping higher or lower at the open create an opportunity for traders. And the opportunity is this. It's for traders that can identify a specific price where these stocks are first going to be drawn to like a magnet and then have a price reaction from those levels rather quickly. In the course, traders learn exactly how to calculate these specific price levels, and you'll see them more clear when we go over each and every trade. The second part of the course are the gap fill trades. When stocks do gap higher or lower at the open, they create what's called an open gap, and in most cases, open gaps will be filled at some point in the future. I teach traders how to track them. I give them a tool to track them. I also teach traders how to trade them because it all depends on how the stock is coming into the specific gap level on whether or not we want to take that trade during the trading session or not. It's very important to know which trades are viable and which trades are not. Obviously, all that is taught in the course at Lazy Gap Trader. The other thing I do is give traders an opportunity to get my gap trades delivered to them each and every day at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes before the markets even opened for business. Here's a copy of the exact email that traders got this morning, right at 9:01 a.m. There were 8 potential gap trades on the board today, so we had a bonanza, and that's because there are just tons of companies reporting earnings each and every day. It's creating opportunity because those stocks are on the move. When stocks are on the move, it creates the opportunity for us. What's important to note is we only want to take trades when the stocks hit the specific price levels that we calculate because those are the high probability trades. So for example, we had 4 out of the 8 stocks hit their levels today. One of them hit 3 levels, so therefore it produced 7 trades. That's 7 morning gap trades in one day. So let's go over the ones that hit their specific price levels, then we'll review the charts. Akamai, AKAM, gap lower, support levels are 48.47, 47.64, and 46.81. Stop and profit target is about 30 to 50 cents. These are minimum profit targets. The second one that hit its level today was Wynn Resorts, WYNN. We trade this one a lot. Gap lower, support levels are 128.96 and 125.38. Stop and profit target is about 40 to 70 cents. Remember, minimum profit target. And in the course, I have a whole video module on how to squeeze the most out of a trade while turning part of the trade into a risk-free, emotionless trade. The third one that hit its level today was Hawaiian Holdings, HA. Gap lower, support levels are $40.41 and 38.47. Stop and profit target is about 25 to 45 cents. Again, minimum profit target. These are scalp trades and these are day trades. They can be either or, but at minimum, we want to take profit off at the scalp trade level. That's where the minimum profit target comes in. The fourth stock that hit its level today was US Steel, letter X. Gap higher. Resistance levels are $27.44, and then I gave 2 secondary levels. Stop and profit target is about 20 to 40 cents. Minimum profit target, wait till you see this one. Let's head back over to the charts. Let's start on letter X, US Steel. The level given out in the email this morning and the same level that anybody that's taken the course was able to calculate on their own was $27.44, and the high of the day is $27.44. As soon as the stock touched that level, it immediately collapsed, and just a short while later, the stock was at a low of $25.68. That's a tremendous winner. It represents a maximum gain of $1.76 in just a matter of less than an hour of trading. And for a stock that's $27, that's a tremendous gain in one trading day. This one is a perfect example of what I teach in my course about how to turn a trade like this into a risk-free, emotionless trade and get the most out of the trade possible. Next, we'll look at Wynn Resorts. The stock closed yesterday up at $138.98. The stock was opening today at $132.13 and traded lower. As you can see, the stock came right into the $128.96 level, making a low of $128.66, just a little bit lower than that level, well within the stop loss limitation. And just minutes later, the stock rips higher, making a high of $131.58 in just a matter of minutes. Another tremendous gain off a morning gap trade. And then the stock came back in and is now going back up. But once the stock bounced and we got our gain, the trade is over. We're not looking to trade the stock 4 or 5 times during the day. We're looking to make our profit and get out and on to the next trade. It did exactly what we expected it to do and then some. The next one we'll look at is Hawaiian Holdings. The stock closed yesterday up at $44.20. The stock was opening slightly lower at $43.90, but I had the pre-market indication that the stock may go lower based on how it traded in the aftermarket or pre-market session, so I put it on the board, and lo and behold, the stock did trade lower, coming right into the level specified in the email at $40.41, and then just minutes later, the stock was already at a high of $40.90, which represents a 49-cent maximum gain, exactly what we were looking for, another successful gap trade. This is a strategy that any trader can learn. Everything is explained in detail in my course. And not only that, but I provide the type of support that traders need. If you have questions, no question ever goes unanswered for anybody that's taken my gap trading course. Now, the last one was Akamai. This one was getting killed, and it actually hit all 3 levels, and the levels were squashed together today. They were a little close as opposed to what they normally are, but nevertheless, the first level worked. You can see here the 48.47 level, and by the way, the stock closed all the way up at 53.31 yesterday, so it was getting killed at the open. It did pierce through the level by a little bit, but stayed within the stop loss limitation given out in the email, and then made a high of $49.16. Just a couple of minutes later, it was a wild trade for Akamai, but that represented a maximum gain of 69 cents, so it was obviously within what we expected to get out of it. Then the stock came down to the second level. That level didn't work, so that level is classified as a loss. So we did have a loser today if anybody played the second Akamai level, but the third level, when the stock came into the 46.81 level, did work, and as you can see, the stock bounced off that level. Here is a high of 47.20, and that was also within the stop loss limitation as it pierced through the level. So in total, out of a potential 7 trades that hit their levels today, we had 6 winners, 1 loser. We know our stop outs are small, less than 1% of the price of the stock, so therefore we're 6-1. Those are pretty good odds. Some trades are harder than others, and that's just the way it works. Akamai was the hardest trade on the board today. The other ones were relatively easy and painless, and those are the ones we like. Anybody can learn this method. If you want to learn a strategy that you can use each and every day for the rest of your trading career, then come over to check out the course at Lazy Gap Trader. I'm David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks.